Hey, good evening or good morning, wherever you are. I just got off Zach's live stream and, I'm cooled down now. But it's just frustrating when you're sitting here for 5 long years and Zach's been doing it for 9, and you got people calling in with the same tired shit. Oh, I tried to wake my friend and family up and they ridiculed me. That means, and now they think that there's nothing we can do about this. That's the part that frustrates me the most. They believe that since they couldn't convince their cousin, that now we're all screwed and we might as well not do anything. We might as well shut our channels down. Zach Hubbard might as well, toss his books in the dumpster and stop making videos because there's nothing we can do about it. What I've been screaming to nauseum is our government's ritualistic. Right there is all you need to know. How many people in the public, I've asked this a million times, how many people in the public do you hear say the government's ritualistic that isn't associated with Gematria Effect News? I'll wait for your answers. And I probably don't even have anybody on here. And that's no big deal. I'm sure a few people will see it later. You know? Hopefully Zach does. I think what I'm saying here needs to be shared and everyone needs to understand. Since I'm going to 9/11 in a couple of weeks, the last couple of months, this is all I've heard from people I know. Oh, well, what are you guys going to change? Or, what's your goal to make a change? Well, if you're knee deep into this shit like some of us are, you already know that you're not just going to go to New York and change everything. We're not going to make them not ritualistic. Our first goal would obviously be to confront them for ritualism. I don't know how many times I have to say this. How many times has Donald Trump been asked on the street, hey, I saw that 239 riddle with Super Bowl 52 and Colin Kaepernick? How many people do you think has brought that up to him? Like nobody. Seriously. Like, seriously, nobody. So, when Donald Trump starts being confronted, when if we had multiple people from all angles calling this place, pounding pavement in this place, Gematria this, Zach Hubbard that, 9/11 this, coronavirus that, rig sports. We have all you need to show people. And it helps you sharpen your people skills. I can literally walk up to somebody at a gas station and if like let's just say they, say, hey, how you doing? Or they hold the door for me or anything like that. I can now engage with them, ask them how their day's going. If I have my shirt on, it's easy to bring up, oh, hey, I represent Gematria Effect News. May I take 2 minutes to show you the truth of 9/11 like you've never heard or seen before? Now, 3 minutes later, you're on your way, they're on their way, but they have a business card. Or, if you don't have a card on you, they know to go to Gematria Effect News 24. They also know the truth of 9/11, and they're going to tell their friends, especially if you encourage them to. You see how easy all this really is to do? And all we need is, 5,000 people doing it. We could ask for 500 people doing it, but we need 5,000 people doing it. We have 5,000 people. You know, thousands of people hear Zach's shows and what he shows, and then a person like me or Frank or anybody calls in and says, "Hey, can you guys you want to join our team and pound some pavement, teach people 9/11, teach people how it's all rigged and scripted?" It's not hard when it's typed out for you. Gosh, man, I know the censorship gets me on Daily Dosage Gematria, but I would think each one of my links would have been shared like 10,000 times. Easily. With just because of all you guys out there. No, there's just too many lurkers just lurking in the and watching the videos, won't do shit. Probably knows everything about this. And let me hit the bowl here, and then I want to say something else. And I still have no watchers. That's cool though. We'll share it on Facebook. This is well, this is the simplest stuff that you have to have if you're trying to promote Zach's work. You cannot promote his work without having the skills to show people something that's typed out, persuade them to, take the business card, persuade them to subscribe to the channel. You're getting them up to speed. That's you doing that. And now that they're up to speed, they're not going to be one of those botards out there, that are saying numbers. You know what I mean? Like, this new people have the same 10 questions they ask, and they think it's such a great question. But it's like, wow, dude, I've actually gotten that question 100 times this month by all new guys, and no, 9/11 is not a coincidence, or no, the whole team doesn't have to be in on it, or blah 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 blah. Anyone that tries to promote this work knows that new people always got the same tired ass questions, and they're very easy to answer. You know, that usually happens when you show them like a Super Bowl riddle, so now they know sports are rigged, and that's their defense mechanism. The whole team have to be in on it. Somebody would squeal, somebody would let it out. And they're not realizing that the way sports has become scripted and rigged, it's evolved like that. So that means as the years go and the population rises and more money is printed off and there's more people gambling, there's higher contracts for the players and they're getting paid off because of the whole rig in the first place. Now a player has $200 million contract. I'm so sure any of you out there, if you had a $200 million contract, you're gonna be a company man, aren't you? You're gonna drop that ball if they want you to drop the ball. I'm not saying I would. I'm not saying there aren't people who wouldn't tell them no. I'm just saying if you're in the league, you're part of the secret society, or you're a third string linebacker that probably doesn't know any of it. I mean, it's not hard to figure out, guys. If it's rigged, this is the kind of stuff they would do. They'd have a few players in on it, a few coaches in on it. Not everybody needs to know, but you can also pay them $500,000 a year to sit on the bench, and I'm sure they'll make some friends and learn it's rigged and not care. The wrestler, the fake wrestler, I've got all this figured out, guys, and that's why I think I get through to more people on the streets than like the callers did tonight on Zach's show, who they forced me to call in, and I hope I made a point to a couple people at least. We got a couple T-shirt orders, so it woke some people up. But I'm sorry. I know I was on the sports rant here, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what I was saying. I remember, yeah. There's. Sorry, I'm a little blowed. Of course, there's gonna be some coaches, some players in on it. You don't have to have everybody in on it. You pay everybody a decent wage. Like, oh, the wrestling thing. The funniest part is that everyone knows wrestling is fake. I'm calling out right now, and I have for a few years. The format of WWE wrestling was made on purpose because now you have said sport. You have, say, football. Let's put football. Like go back to 1940, 1950s. If you go with the public's perception, they're going to look at wrestling and they're going to look at the baseball game and they're going to say that one's fake and that one's real. What's that cause? That makes it so the public thinks that real sports are real, when actually they're just as scripted as the fake wrestling. But that had to, obviously, I think over the decades and decades, that had to grow. It's grown into what it is today. In the 70s, it was probably rigged also, but they did it was on a much slower scale, you know. And that's the part that people can't grasp, you know. I see a couple people in here. Let me see what you're saying here. There's a, hey, Mr. Scott. Hey, much love, brother. You know, you heard what I had to say and you stood right up. And that, just for that, I appreciate it. I can tell that you're the type of people we need on the team, you know. I may not be doing much when I get to New York, you know, as far as like I'm going to be working hard and I'm going to be getting the word out. But what I'm saying is maybe I don't make any impact, you know, or hardly any impact, or maybe the government laughs at me and maybe no change comes. But like the point is we need lots of people like me and lots of people like Zach and Frank Mansley and all the others going too. We need more people like them who will wear a shirt in public and you have nothing else to do. Oh, hey, I'm Gematria Effect News, and I'd like to show you the truth of 9/11, the truth of California fires. Like all the stuff I have that I'll send you, Mr. Smith, was it? I'm sorry. All the stuff that I'll show you, the chat's not up. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm like the worst when it comes to technology. Yep, I don't see your comments anymore. That's weird. But we need stand up people. You have nothing to do. You could go talk to a few people on the corner, show them California fires, 9/11, a couple sports, and that's what my blueprint. It's so easy, man, and nobody will like do it. I can't even believe it. I've had at least 5 Facebook group chats called Pounding Pavement or Gematria Chat, where I find people in Zach's community and I throw them all in the same chat box. And what happens is they all just end up like, you know, conversating about random stuff. I mean, I got much love for them. You know, at least they went into the chat. At least they, you know, at one time volunteered. And some of them bought a shirt. I'll give anybody respect for just my. If all you do is all you can do to help us is buy a shirt, I make no money, and I know that someone's wearing the shirt. But like, why can't I ever get a picture of somebody wearing their shirt and they're talking to somebody about what their shirt represents or shows, you know? Why can't I ever get video footage of anything, you know? I have 100 people in these shirts. And really, I'm not down to nobody. Don't, if you're listening to this, don't think I'm, you know, bashing you. I'm bashing us as a whole, you know? How come I can't get 1 ounce of Pounding Pavement when I have it all typed out for everybody and I have these shirts? And business cards, even those are on the pricey end. I mean, I got like 700 of them. You know, sometimes I'll sell somebody like $20 worth, like I'm selling some weed or something, you know. But that's the easiest way to do it, and then they jack you on the shipping. But for like 30 to 50 bucks, a person can get 700 cards probably. It probably 700 cards probably costed 40, 50 bucks. But you know, it's still kind of pricey, you know, just for some people. So, but I just have it all laid out, and I'm frustrated. And then these callers call in they're basically not knowing they're doing this, but they're debunking my whole blueprint that I've been sitting there screaming for 5 years. You know, I helped Zach invent Pounding Pavement, to anyone who doesn't know. So all this Oklahoma and DC and New York, you know what? I am happily and proudly responsible for this stuff happening. Me and Zach have even been on the outs because he didn't understand why I was tripping out on people. I was tripping out on certain people who deserved to be tripped out on, but Zach didn't know that part. So, like, there's been times where he's misunderstood what happened, and I've been bounced out of his community for a year, or, you know, we're calling each other names and stuff. So, I've been, all this Pounding Pavement stuff means a lot to me, and it's what we need to do. Like, say, you know, my neighbor down the street comes and steals something out of my yard. I'm going to go confront my neighbor. So that means if people fake 9/11 against me, what am I going to do? I'm going to go confront them. I don't give a shit if I'm all by myself. You know, here, I'm trying to get trying to put this down in a good spot. I don't give a rat's ass because they're the ones that are wrong. You know what I'm saying? So how come there aren't 5,000 more of me in this community with all the views he does get despite the censorship? I could probably go on and on, to tell you the truth. I've got 9/11 memorized. This is to, I think it's Mr. Smith. Forgive me, I can't see your name no more, but here, let me push this button here and see. Oh, I can't even see. It shows 4 people, and I can't even, I'm pushing on it, and it should show me their names, but it doesn't. Anyway, anyone that's kind of new to, what I do, I don't know how you could be if you've watched all of his videos, unless I'm just censored and only 6 people see my comments. That's possible. But if you're new to what I'm doing, you can wear one of these, which is a walking billboard in your own town. You can get the business cards, of course. But let's say you didn't even do none of that. You can get my typed out riddles. I have 13 of Zach's best major events exposed that he exposed in real time. And I typed out all the information into a story. So basically, what you're getting from me over the internet, like on a copy and paste, is a block of 13 major events: 9/11, Kobe Bryant, California fires, coronavirus, Super Bowl 49, 51, 52, 55, 56, so on. You get the Chicago Cubs scripted World Series. You get Alex Smith's fake leg break. What else? There's Sandy Spoons. All of it is typed out so easy. I'm not sitting there like gematria of this, gematria of that, gematria of this. Like I said, I typed it out into a story. So you're basically, if I did gematria, you would have to show this to an adult who's willing to pay attention. The way I've typed it out, you could show it to a third grader, and that's by design so that new people can easily understand. So even if you didn't wear the shirt, if you don't go pound pavement, if you don't have the business cards, if you don't try to do everything that I'm trying to make, like, 200 people all do the same thing. Because if you have that, um, you're getting some production done for sure. Because let's say you, me, and somebody else goes out there and we are just gonna free roll it the whole way. You're gonna expose this work this way. I'm gonna do it this way. Basically, if you take 3 different new people, they're all gonna learn like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Maybe somebody gives them some gematria that makes no sense. Now you've just confused the person, and they're never gonna look at gematria again. You know, and that's why I don't even try to show them gematria. I just show them the major events and guide them to Zach Hubbard, and they can learn just like I did that it's all true. You know, I don't know what this thing is. Oh, okay, it's a light. I just moved in here. That came with the room there. All right. I rented like my uncle's house, and he moved out of town for a while, so it's like it was better than my apartment. So I'm happy. I'm got moved in and all settled in right before 9/11. So it all always times out pretty good. Usually things do. You just worry in between. I don't know, man. This is weird. I don't see any comments. And there's 5 people, and that's great. But I'd like to interact with you. It makes the videos better if you're asking a question or saying, "Oh, hey, I'll pound pavement. Where do I sign up?" Or, I can show all my friends and family individually, hand them my device, and let them read 9/11. Let them read California fires. Let them read how it's all scripted for Tom Brady. That's like, I mean, what? How long does that take, man? 5 minutes to show somebody all that? Oh, here's some comments that popped up now. Hey, what up, Frank? I see you out there now, Mr. Scott. I kept calling you Mr. Smith like a moron, bro. See, now the comments just disappeared. What is up with this shit? What am I doing wrong? There they are again. I'd like them just to stay up there, but military members. Yeah, man, Mr. Scott, you probably heard me on Zach's last show. It was so weird that I've never told a customer or a guest that I'm serving, I've never told them the truth of 9/11 at their table. I want to, but I'm not going to go that far. My work knows about the stuff. I handed them a folder to pass around, which is another example of how you're pounding pavement. If you're sitting there teaching a whole nurse's office, maybe the second floor of a hospital, I've done that when I was in there for 3 weeks with kidney failure. I woke all of Parkview Hospital up that weekend or whatever, that week. When you hand one business card out, when you wear this shirt, you're pounding pavement, even if you're not out there literally pounding pavement on the corner with a megaphone. You can also do that. And those are special days. I've been feeling like doing it before we go to New York just to do a little warming up, and I probably will. I just pick a nice sunny day. But this summer I've been sick with anemia for 3 to 4 weeks. I've been working while having no kidneys. So I think I'm entitled just to hand out business cards or tell my Uber driver, because sometimes I can't go pound pavement like that, because of my disability. But when I'm feeling good, I definitely will and do. But this summer, I've basically been saving up for Oklahoma City and New York, the entire way. You got to manage your money a little different if you're going to go on across the country every few months, so. But that's been good because it's helped me save money a lot better, a lot more too. So I'm fortunate, I make pretty good money where I work each shift. So um, it's easy for me to go on these little pounding pavement, what do you call it? Meetings, meeting, uh, gathering, whatever you want to call it. I'm fortunate enough to be able to go on most of them. I just need the 3 or 4 months to advance and save all the money I make. So, um, I wish your comments would like be popping up. This is so stupid. Hold up, I think I found something. Now they're up. A lot of people enjoy the Kobe Bryant one. Yeah, Mr. Scott. To be honest, I don't show that one enough. It always ends up getting censored and shadow banned. Like when I first type a new one, like, oh, that week maybe, or that 2 days, I'll get the 30, 40 likes, 50 likes and reactions and shares. But then it all tapers down. I just figure I just try to guide people to my channel, or my, not channel, because I've just started on here. I can verbally say the riddles. I can say the Kobe riddle on here, whereas the pages that I shared on, Facebook, stuff like that, it's all typed out for people to see, and I think more people do see it than I think. Either they can drive the amount of likes and shares, or a lot of people also read it, but then don't say nothing to you or nothing. A lot of people, like, say, people I know in my life, maybe a friend of mine I don't see much, but I know him, and he's on Facebook, and like, say I see him 6 months later in person, he'd be like, man, I agree with everything that you put out. I look at every post you post, right? And you'd think that's a great comment, right? But I'm sitting here like, man, I had no idea that you liked and know all this is true. You know what I mean? You agree with everything I promote, and I had no idea of that. That's actually what's slowing us down. Think about it. I mean, people ain't stupid. Let's say 10 people were doing that. That's 10 people that could be standing up for what's right and at least handing the ball off. Oh, here, I don't want to promote, 9/11 like Rich does, but hey, Uncle Joe, check this out. You know what I mean? Can you read this? This is the truth of 9/11. Can you go show your friend now, Uncle Joe? I mean, this is just little shit that people can be doing. I don't think anyone can disagree. This is all we're not even asking a lot. In such desperate times. I mean, the guy said in like 2018, we in 2017 that we have to look out for 2020. Well, it's awfully funny how the scamdemic hit. I mean, that shows you all you need to know. I mean, he nailed that. He's nailed everything. You don't have to sit here and gematria this and gematria that. We've seen enough. Fuck the gematria, guys. We get it. You don't gotta me. You don't have to message me gematria like you're. Now, if you find some major event, which not many people do that aren't named Zach, that's why it doesn't matter to me, guys, because I already have a lifetime's worth of major events to show billions of people, and I obviously can't do that, right? What the fuck do I care what happened off Highway fucking 78 on the 54 date numerology when it's just something that happened in your own town? Does that sound mean? I don't think it should. You know what I mean? Like, you guys aren't familiar with fucking Smith Road and Fort Wayne, right? So if I just got on here talking for an hour about how, like, there was a car wreck on Smith Road on, whatever car wreck equals, it was that date numerology. Like, that doesn't even fucking matter, man. We're showing stuff in mainstream politics, professional sports that everyone thinks is real, false flag occurrences like Sandy Hook and 9/11. So, like, your little decode off Highway 62 doesn't matter. And we need to recognize that. That's all I ask. When people call in his show and like, man, I just had to call in this organic side of gematria, blah, blah, blah. I decoded, I'm new to this, but I decoded my name. When people start saying stuff like that, I pause the video and go throw up. I'm so tired of that. Like, even, this is not even knocking Zach. He has his reasons for what he explains things. He's the one with the books. But I like to say this. The organic side of gematria is the equivalent to the law of probability. Okay? The law of probability means not a fucking thing. It has nothing to do with the deception that the not organic stuff that we're showing. So the organic side of gematria is the law of probability. So if my name equals, 52, does that mean that they're going to put a flood in my town? No. Does that mean I necessarily, and let's just say I'm a person who doesn't even promote Zach's work. I'm just a normal guy. Is my name equaling 52 going to affect me? No. It's because we're exposing them and what they do. And the rituals, half the rituals they say stuff happened, it didn't even happen, but it was by the numbers. It's not like it actually happened even in the first place. They're a bunch of liars. Everything they say and do is a lie. And they do it by the numbers. They use numbers because they're ritualistic. And they mock us with them and hide their deception. So, I hope I'm making my point, and I hope people end up seeing this. Because, I know I'm right about this. If I'm not right about anything else, I know I'm right about this. And everybody starts doing the gematria and decoding their name. What's all that getting done? Nothing. Your name doesn't mean anything to these people we're exposing. Now, if we defeat them, what are we going to do? All sit around and do gematria? I thought we attacked these people and confronted these people because they do this. Why should we sit around and waste time doing it? Why not show the public the truth? And that these people are the people that sit there and just decode all day long, what you're doing is making it look like you're like one of these numerologists. And that's my opinion. If maybe not everybody has to agree. I know you can say stuff like, well, sometimes people like D26 find things. Absolutely. Anytime just a few people, like, say, emailed something in and that they found that was actually relevant and not off Highway 51 in their fucking country town, that means nothing. That's great. That's great. I'm glad. But we don't need everybody sitting there doing it, and that's basically what happens by people doing it. We already have enough stuff to show people. And by them doing the decodes, I think some of them are looking for is they get the credit for the find. You know what I mean? Did any of you discover the truth of 9/11? Did any of you figure out that that LA was established on the 118th meridian on the day leaving 118 days left in the year? Every time the Dodgers win the World Series, 118 is synced to it, including their World Series win in 1988. I don't even remember what the date. October 20th? Yeah, 10 plus 20 plus 88. What's that equal, guys? And that's an easy one. They clinched the World Series on 10/20/88, and it just happens to be 118-day numerology. And then the fires that burned Paradise, California, on the 118th meridian on November 8th, 11/8. And then when you put in Paradise and Los Angeles in the calculator, just the cities alone, you see 37 and 73 all over both of them, like at least 2 times. So you can tell that these cities' names were built by numbers and ritualistically. You can prove it. Then, of course, the icing on the cake, when you put in Paradise, California, and Los Angeles, California, with the California on the end, they both equal 118 in his same cipher. So 118 all over Los Angeles in the fires. So basically, you can prove that the fires of California being burned down are ritualistic. Right there, I just proved it in the last 30 seconds. Because any smart person knows you cannot find that many 18s. The meridian, the date, the establishment, the name gematria. And all a person that don't know has to do is go realize gematria is real and has been used and is still used. If they could figure out that part, then I just slam dunked it with all these 118s everywhere, didn't I? So right there, you just proved that the government are ritualistic liars. And I'm not sitting here like trying to find my own decodes every day. Zach's already done that for everybody, man. Seriously. I mean, I can probably go on and on and on and on and on and on, but I don't want to beat a dead horse. I mean, I don't know how many times, but again, I've already asked this stuff a million times, and I must be censored because nobody seems to hear me or responds to it or executes it. Nothing is the same once you become aware of gematria. Well, I don't know. How about nothing is the same when you learn the truth of 9/11? It's not learning gematria specifically. You're learning a little bit, but you're learning numerology. You're learning the government's ritualistic. So, like how you worded that alone spelling games. And by the way, I'm glad you're on here. I checked and I did not see an email in there for you. But yeah, I think this is a part people can tweak, and this is my opinion. I'm not, attacking your comment. I appreciate it. But when you say nothing is the same once you become aware of gematria, why don't we change that to nothing is the same once you become aware of how ritualistic the government is and how they stage things like 9/11 and how they script Super Bowls and they burn California down. You say that, and then now you show them the evidence, and now they can get into some gematria. That's the order you got to show people. If we just start off with gematria, they're just going to think conspiracy theory. Not all of them, but all the people who call in Zach's show saying, "Oh, I've tried, man. There's nothing we can do about it." They didn't believe me. And I bet you half of them told their buddy that government equals 47. And the guy walked away and never listened to anything again. He asked him, I bet his buddy asked him if he covers Bigfoot too. That you see what I'm saying? That's the difference in the answers, replies you're going to get from people. Just a second. I'll read the comments in a sec. I'm gonna pull a trick out of fake Mike's book. If I know I've been rambling and rambling, and it's been a long day for me, but can you put a one in the live chat if you understand what the fuck I'm trying to talk about here? Does what I say resonate and make sense of what people need to do? And I have a low battery. Let me plug in real quick. A one in the chat if what I'm saying at least makes sense. You know what I mean? I see 8 of you on here. And you can also, if you listen to this later, put a 1 in the comment. I'll remember. Comment the number 1. Or, just let me know. I'm really trying to make a point here. And it's the game strategy to win. And I hope I see 8 or 10 of you here listening to this. Maybe 100 of us. Maybe we can make it so 100 of us hear this. And that could be the thing that sparks what I'm talking about us doing. We have, say, 100 people. We really need 1,000. But say we had 100 of me right now. That means we'd be strategizing. We would be showing up places like, say, when I show up at this place to confront this police department. Like, if we went to every police department in the country, how could they ignore us? I mean, hey, I know that some of you might be in on this and some of you probably aren't, but we're going to shed some light on this. We have what you call false flag operations, where police have been exposed of being, the first responders, and they're really in on it. They're in on the false flag. Well, to the police who don't know about that, that should be a huge problem. So see how the government causes divide with all of us? This is how we need to cause divide with the military and the police. Because there's going to be some of these people infiltrated, just like sports are rigged. That means players are infiltrated. Same with military, government, police, everywhere, every major thing, media. You're going to have regular workers that don't know a thing, that think it's all, they're basically sheep, Say in the government, you have workers within the government that don't know government scripted. You see, they're falling for the narratives too. But you have people in the government, obviously, that are part of that script. So see, so my only solution is 1,000,000 of us show up, and it doesn't matter. We're confronting you, all of you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who you are. If I saw Donald Trump, I would not back down to him or be starstruck one bit. I'd tell him every riddle I know about him and tell him he's a piece of shit until he confesses to it. You know, if say we actually got 1,000,000 people to confront the government for ritualism, my goal would be to come to an agreement where they take them and their secret societies, because they're all better than us, and they take all their money, they take all their everything. You move over here to this side of the world, and us, common folk, as you call it, we'll live over here. Fuck you, and you can fuck us. You know what I mean? And that would be the best solution. You guys could just blow us all up with a nuke, like in your little Bible, your little rewritten Bible that you wrote out, and now you're acting out the Bible on us. You can go ahead and do that and push the button and nuke us all, and then you guys will be in your underground Fruitopia while it all happens, and then come back out after it's all done. You can go ahead and do that, or we can confront them all for ritualism before dumb shit like that would happen, and just let them move over there. I mean, that once they're confronted for ritualism, they're exposed. All these people that they're doing all this Kabbalah and black magic on us every day, and the government doing it in the media and the sports, they think that really nobody knows. Once you're confronted for it, you actually kind of have to answer to it. And Zach Hubbard has 100,000 people following him, so actually we already have enough to win, but nobody would do anything. If 100,000 of us showed up in New York City and then went to DC and knocked on the door basically and said, "We're here because we're not leaving until we talk about your ritualistic acts. You can't tell me we don't have a chance." And that's what I've been trying to form for 5 years, and why you see me frustrated at times. I'm usually happy every day. Like I said, I've been in fights with Zach, exiled from his page, um, multiple times. This is my fifth go around. We'll call it even. That means I put a lot of hard work in. So, when are we going to see other people doing the same thing so that it actually means something? And let's say I had 20 people just like me, even a low number, but all 20 of you are coaching people up in the community to join us. I mean, gosh, man, if I tell someone, "Hey, man, I need your help," and you can do everything you do on 1 day a week on your time, if you can only go an hour, if you can only go 30 minutes, or you can only do this, whatever, you can go hand out business cards on grocery store shelves. Somebody picks up the Fruit Loops, and now they get a Zachary K. Hubbard business card to go with their box of cereal because you put it in the top part where you open it. You slid the card in there. That's one tiny example. When people say I can't pound pavement, what, you can't put a business card on a can of corn? That's what you're telling me, because you're not expanding your mind and thinking of all the things you can do with the tools I have. Yeah. It's sad. That's why I get so mad. And maybe making a video like this is better than typing it out and getting price censored by the YouTube bots. You know, so yeah, maybe talking and asking people to do this shit is better than typing it for 5 years straight. That's you know, on a censored internet. That's why when people are like, "Yeah, like the video," I'm all for liking the video too. But we know they contrive the numbers, and they know that we know they control who sees it. So to me, it's like, what? Okay, I'll like the video for you, but I don't think it's doing anything. You know, one guy sees 200 likes, one guy sees 90. You know, it's just it's pointless. Share the video. Maybe you got a better chance. I mean, you can like the motherfucker, but then make sure to share it. Because if you didn't share it to where 100, 200, Zach makes a good video about every time he puts one out. He doesn't waste words. If he has a 40-minute video, you're getting 40 minutes worth of information. Back in the day, and it's a little different now than it was 3, 4, 5 years ago too, because it was a little easier to expose the sports and all the fake mass shootings I've seen him in the hurricanes on 52 dates. I've seen all that stuff, and every time I need 30 seconds of his video, and I can turn the video off because I've seen it all before. It's very repetitive. I know it's another. What country was the hurricane in this time? I mean, what do you say to that except he's showing a ton of truth every day, you know? And I'll make it known because I want everybody to think alike if possible. I've told Zach this. He has a great. I'm not attacking his murder by number anything. He is solving their number riddles, but I think way more times than not, these are fake deaths. And I've said that to nauseum, and most people just assume that they're murdered. Okay? Think about it. The ball game's rigged, right? The celebrity, they're actors. They're acting, and they're also performing in these rituals that we're exposing. So that shows that they're definitely actors. The game's rigged. The politics are rigged. The politics put out narratives that the public falls for. So if all that's rigged, why are they going to murder their own people? Just answer that question right there alone. Odds are that's rigged too. Duh. I don't know why. If Zach has shown so many things by the numbers, he's obviously exposing what they're doing. He's exposing, but the difference is that he knows they could be faking it. I don't. Don't get it wrong, but he's leading on the murders there. You know, that's how he's advertising it on the video as a murder. So my first thought is no, they're not all murders. And that could also make people think conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? That opens the door for the new guy to say, man, he has family at his funerals and you're sitting here making this video. That's what that opens it up to. So if you advertise it a fake death, a possible fake death, you're not insulting like the person you're telling it to, or it just, you know, we don't know if someone's really dead or not by the numbers or not. Just like Zach predicted, he got huge. I haven't found him yet when he predicted Prince. It was maybe, you know, months after that, but he got real big when he exposed Prince's death date because of the song "I Will Die for You." Well, write that out. I will die, the number 4 and the letter U. If you read that in, like, say, gematria way, it's saying I will die April 21st because 4 is April and use the 21st letter. So I will die for you means I will die April 21st. And Prince died on April 21st. So see, when I look at that personally, and I think a lot of you might agree, and even Zach, I think, might have agreed, what are the odds that Prince sung that song and you would know he would be aware of something like that if it was going to happen? Like, my point is, odds are, just for the predictive programming of the song alone that he knew about, that's a fake death. He's part, he plays the good guy. Everybody loves Prince, but at the end of the day, he's the good guy within the agenda. He plays the role of the good guy, just like Trump. We all know Trump's an asshole, but at the same time, his overall character plays the good guy. So people who don't know politics are rigged, don't, and scripted more importantly, um, these people aren't realizing that Trump is the good guy in the narrative. His character is the baby face, the good guy. You know, Joe Biden would be the heel, just like fake wrestling. What I was talking about earlier. Everything fake wrestling's put here in order to help give real sports the legitimacy it needs, and that's why Vince McMahon's in on it. That's why you see pro wrestlers, are pro athletes joining fake wrestling. It's because they're already used to playing rigged sports, aren't they? You see how it's forming more and more? That's why you see Linda McMahon working in the White House. That's why you see Donald Trump on WrestleMania. Don't you get it now? I mean, like when they put out injuries every day. I remember baseball when growing up. You didn't see like this many injuries, and it's not because they're not as good at athletics. You know what I mean? Like they don't even play defense in basketball in the NBA. So how do they have like 12 injuries every day? You know what I mean? They're just jogging up and down the court. They're allowing the dribbler to go all the way to the hole. You know what I mean? I see this shit when I watch NBA games to where I can't even watch it. You know, they might as well be skipping up. Up free foul, just skipping right up to the hole. You know, up no foul. I didn't see a foul there, but now there's a foul. Like, so I don't even know how these guys are getting injured. I've watched the whole basketball game, and it was a whole big shit show. And it's like, say, like Dwayne Wade gets hurt. It's like I didn't even see Dwayne Wade doing anything. You know, it's just an example. I don't, you know. So I just don't know. I don't understand how people can't see it. So let's see, check the comments and see if there's anybody. Like helps the algorithm. I can't like disagree, but at the same time, that goes back to, I'm pretty sure they censor the number of likes, they control the audience size. So just saying it helps the algorithm. Maybe that's what they tell us. Maybe that's probably part of the lie some more. You know what I mean? If it helped the algorithm, we wouldn't be censored. I mean, you know what I mean? Like we're censored, so that's the bottom line on that. But I get it. It looks better. It helps, I'm sure. But we gotta do more than like the button, man. I've been saying that well before I saw your comment. Trust me, like 3 4 years. You just got to do more than like the. We can't like the video and then kick our legs up and say, you know what, we did our part today. We liked the video. Think about it. Collective thought of the same purpose. If you're talking about using the same approach, Rick James, um, that's what I'm on board with. Um, we're taking the same approach. We're showing the same things. If you show up at the mayor's office in your town, because we scheduled that for you to do that, we're also gonna prepare the things that you would say to them, and expose about them, and etc. So yeah, what they do is they coordinate things. So Gematria Effect News needs to coordinate things. Not sure how that can't make sense, and I'm sure it does. In my opinion, sports gematria is the best gateway to the truth than the whole 9/11 decodes like Kobe decode Zach did recently. Well, Zach did the Kobe decode when it happened in real time, even days leading up to everything. I mean, he's right when we had it exposed when they were showing the Pro Bowl. When I seen the score was 14-14, all tied up, and I came in the room and they're showing on the Pro Bowl that Kobe had crashed. Within 15 minutes, without seeing any video from Zach, I found 10 of the 41s myself. Do you see what I mean? And I don't even practice gematria, like I said earlier. I do when I choose to, when I need to, but I don't feel the use. The less gematria I have to do, the better shape I'm in. I'd rather be out here exposing them with the information I already have. Again, that's a great example. So you are right. You nailed it with what you said. I do agree that the Kobe one's a great one to show, but we can't really say better. I'd say equal, because to me, if you're showing a brand new person, to me, the very first thing you show them is 9/11. Like that's just part of my habit, and then I go on to showing them the other ones in any particular order, if that makes sense to you. But I get it, what you said. It's not wrong. Any new person I could show Kobe right away too, and then 9/11. It's not like I'm hurting. So, Ariel Salt, thank you very much. I see your absolutely's. Well, you can break the algorithm, RD, but I'm just going to be out pounding pavement while you're doing that. Not be trying not to be on the. I want to be on the internet to report what I did outside. I mean, if I'm doing my job correct too, and if there's 1,000 of me out here, we would all be on the internet showing all the town we just exposed the government. You know what I mean? If there was like 6 or 8 of us in one city, we could scour a whole city in a couple days. Where we are in every community, knocking on doors. I mean, you got to think. You can put a business card on a can of corn, or you can do what I just said. Join the community of a dozen people that are combing the Midwest door to door, letting everybody know how ritualistic they are. That's a huge problem for them if we were doing that. Do you see how we can expand what we're doing here by being on a team doing the same things? Yep. It's probably gonna be, this video has been too long, but I think I've made a lot of great points. To be honest, there are more people on the internet than outside. You know, I've realized that for the 5 years that I've been on here, and that's what makes me mad the most, Mr. RD. There are zillions of people on the internet, And us as a community just can't get through to them. And we get trolled on the internet. And I think those trolls are bots that end up shadow banning you as well. So they're getting the 2 for 1 there. You know, they're trying to make you look dumb by sending you a tinfoil hat on as a comment on your post, and then they're probably banning everybody from seeing it as well. And now once you're locked in like that, once Facebook has, say, one of my posts shadow banned because it's Sandy Spoons, now I'm sure I'm red flagged. Anything I post, oh, Heat 9/11, yep, that's hidden too. So I get what you're saying. There's more people on the internet, but I'm telling you, we wouldn't be pounding pavement if that was working. We wouldn't be, begging the community to pound pavement and pounding pavement ourselves and showing up in Oklahoma City and showing up in Buffalo and showing up in New York City. We wouldn't be doing all that stuff if the internet was the answer. I think so. You might be new, and that's cool. You have a few things to learn, but you make a point. There's a lot of people on the internet, but people scroll right by too. So I don't know how much advertising you've personally done, and if you have any, if you have any pointers to give me of how to post things on the internet better and don't get censored for it, I'm open. I'm listening. So and people, if you ever have a question for me, you can comment on this video or any of the videos. Messenger me on Messenger. You can also go to Zach's video and get Pounding Pavement email address. It says contact Rich. It's in most of his videos at the bottom in the description. You just click on the thing in the corner and that stuff drops down and bang, right there it says contact Rich. If you have any pointers, that I can make more of an impact on the internet. I mean, we've watched Zach get 100,000 followers, and now he's down to nothing, and it takes him another year to build up to 30,000. So 30,000 ain't even enough. So I'm not gonna keep on. That's why we invented Pounding Pavement. They're not censoring us on the outside. Probably get off here soon just because I've said like a lot, but it's all needed. I guess kind of obvious. Probably need to say this stuff every day. Nobody reacts to it. There's a few of you that, much love to you, man. A few people got it tonight. That's I can't complain. So this new way they've got this is bugging me. I gotta keep on hitting live chat, and it wants to disappear every 5 seconds. There's been a lot of comments I haven't seen. I appreciate you guys that are on here and listen. Hey there, Cutstone. Cuts, yeah, right, the Matrix calls you. I see you in his videos. We've never formally met. We've seen each other. I got respect for you because I know you're a person who puts in effort. So shout out to Cuts and Bamboo, always supporting everyone that always supports. I'm just reading your names now, so don't feel left out. I can't read every little message here, but much love to the guys and the gals who actually put in the effort because, gosh, man, if his whole community did 10% of what some of us do, oh, man, we'd be so far. 10%, man. That's what we're missing. Almost out of cards, going to have to re-up. Rick James, thank you for that. And based on what I've said in this video, I bet you can, how would I respond to that? What are you missing then? If you're almost out of cards, which is a good thing, I have seen no picture of you handing said card to that person. Now, I don't need a picture because I don't believe that you did it. I need a picture so I can advertise that. So I can show Zach what we're doing out here. So I can be like, look, Zach, Rick James just sent me a video where he was on a street corner and taught 10 people 9/11 all at once, and gave them all business cards and interviewed them. 10-minute video, 15-minute video. If you're just handing cards to people like you are now, if you throw in an interview a week, like, oh, this person's really excited about it and they're enthusiastic and they believe what I have to say, so I'm going to interview them the 9/11. Because then what happens is when we share that around and see that people are like, man, I could wear a shirt and teach people 9/11 too. I see Rich doing it. I see Rick James doing it. Now they're going to do it. And that's the idea, guys. That's one of the many ideas. Yeah, you're doing great handing out cards, Rick. I just haven't seen none of it. And that happens to be part of the blueprint. Now, I'm not your boss. I'm not telling you what to do. And if you never send me a video or a pic, I won't even hold it against you. But at least communicate with me and say, Rich, hey, I don't want to do it. Then I know. Then I'm understanding. You see what I'm saying? But I don't see any reason why you wouldn't do it or think it's a great idea. So let's start executing that. On your next box of cards, every 10 cards represents a picture or a video. If you hand those cards out, you make sure that person won't throw it away. That's one of your first. Please don't throw this card away. Look how nice it is. What I want you to do is learn from this card. And once you know where to go on all the platforms, you hand this card to somebody else and ask them not to throw it away either. Now imagine if there's 100 people across the nation handing out cards every day. Now all the people getting them are instructed not to throw this card away and to give it to somebody else. Do you see how much we're maximizing off of this? Everything I've said, we're sitting here maximizing. But nobody would do it. So I'm thinking more and more, I might as well not type shit in Zach's comments asking people to do this stuff because it's not seen, it's not read, it's scrolled by. I need to make these videos and paint pictures. We in Vegas, 9/11 on the corner. Tropicana, Vegas Boulevard. Nice, man. I've never been to Vegas. Everybody I know has. You know what I mean? I'm the guy that's never been there. And I'm a poker player even. So I have, I have dreams of going there to win the World Series of Poker or something. And, maybe I'll make it there, I'm sure. But, what's gotten in the way of that is 3 or 4 years worth of learning all this. Watching the propaganda every day. How I haven't had time to take vacations. I've been working and losing my kidneys and doing dialysis and exposing this knowledge, exposing the major events. You guys expose gematria, I expose the major events. That's the difference, see? We're on each other's side, but I want to find more people who'd like to just expose the events and guide people to Zach, and then your job's done for the day. Let him teach them the gematria, because what you're doing, say 100 people are teaching new people specifically gematria. You know how long that's taken and how much they're not understanding. Maybe they understand some, but now they're not in. You are wasting so much time in what we need done. Teaching everybody gematria is not the answer, guys, if you haven't gotten that point. And if anyone thinks I'm wrong, it's my opinion. You can feel free to add your opinion in there as well. No doubt about it. And I'll answer to your opinion. And I'll debate if my opinion's right. You know what I mean? I know my opinion's right, To teach everything Zach has already taught us, the people that's been around for a while, the people who's if you've graduated to promote his work, then you've seen it all. What are we going to do? Teach each person in the world every little thing that Zach's taught us? No. Get them up to speed, show them major events, and now they're subscribed to his channel. Now they're watching his videos daily or every few days or whatever. You can message them, hey, watch this video. You know what I mean? So what you're doing is helping grow by leading them down the right path. Me telling everybody this equals this is not helping at all. I can't even say it's a nausea. Another thing, another thing I can say is, which is my opinion about Will Turbot. Zach's been a little hard on him lately. Been kind of calling out the stuff he does on his videos. I understand what Zach's saying from his perspective. I don't disagree with Zach on this. But at the same time, I respect Will as a person and what he does, and he's willing to always improve. And really, they're not doing anything wrong. They're doing, they're auditing the police to make sure they're doing their jobs. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. It's just not what we're doing. And that's why Zach has the disagreement, I think. This is, again, my opinion. So I think Zach's being a little hard on him. I feel lucky that we found auditors that are willing to look at the truth of 9/11. We shouldn't ask Will to go out there and start saying this equals this to his people. He's going to ask the cop the Third Amendment and then ask him if he knows government equals 47. To me, that wouldn't be the right approach at all. I want Will to go out there and ask him the Constitution like he does, because that's what he likes to do in his videos. I want him to do that. And then I want him to toss in, hey, officer, can I take a couple minutes to also tell you the truth of 9/11 and the truth of Sandy Spoons? What did Will's videos look like then? Right? We know he's entertaining. We know he's smart. He does fall for some of the political narratives, and that's expected. We just met him in April at OKC. The guy lives on the move, and that's his business, but a lot of you have probably figured it out. That's cool. I would open my door to Will any day of the week. He helped us out there in Oklahoma City. He met us. He accepted the fact that he does what he does, and there's this thing called gematria, and he's willing to learn, and he trusted us. So we gotta look at it from his perspective a little bit too. We can look at it from Zach's and others, and they have points. I know what Zach's going to say. He's going to say, what is auditing the Constitution? How is that helping us when it's all contrived and scripted and secret societies wrote it and are ruling over us? I completely understand all that, but we have to take Will's skill of what he does already and like I said, add 9/11 to it. I think he'd be doing with how stand up Will is. He would be doing some serious damage out there if he incorporated our work into what he already does. He would get probably. They don't seem censored too much. They got good amount. They don't probably because they're not showing ritualism like we are. So people who aren't censored, when we mention it, when Zach mentions it, I don't think you should take it as an insult. Yeah, Zach's mad, and why wouldn't he be? He's been on his 25th channel. So that's why Zach's mad. That doesn't necessarily mean Zach's mad at your channel. You know what I mean? So people just need to acknowledge that he's mad because he gets censored and they're not. But that doesn't mean you're not doing good work. You know what I mean? Necessarily. Auditing America has how many viewers? So now, screw what Will does. If you disagree with what Will does, that's fine. But you're friends with him. You've broke bread with him. You've smoked with him. He's wearing our T-shirt out there. He's mentioning gematria. He's learning himself. So if we become an ally with Auditing America, right there breaks through our censorship problem that we have. Auditing America can get 100,000 subscribers where we can only get 10, 20,000, Zach. So if we're the guest on Auditing America, that's a lot of people that are learning that the government's ritualistic all at once. So, I think instead of just being hard on him, we need to team up. You got to be the teacher. You got to show him, okay, do this. But then when you talk about the Constitution, then bam, throw in the 56 signers with the coronavirus 56 and show how the number 56 has been used to mock us all throughout history. Since they signed the Declaration of Independence, we've been mocked with the number 52, haven't we? My dialysis machine is barking at me. One moment. It does that sometimes. Yeah, I'll probably let me see what a couple of you might have said. I appreciate you guys like joining me. Usually you only see what I type, so to me this is good. I mean, any of you could. I don't know how to work the what do you call it? Where we go on Streamyard, there's like a duck or something. What's that called? Streamyard. Like if any of you guys ever want to have conversations and make videos to show your uncle, like let's say let's say you're listening to this video right now, and we can make shorter ones. I've went way off the cliff tonight, but I think I did good. If you ever want to make a 20-minute video or a 10-minute video with me, download the StreamYard and then send me an invite. Like go to Pounding Pavement, the one you can find in Zach's video. Email me the link if you know how, because I'm not computer smart enough on a phone to like coordinate all these like conference calls and shit. I need to be invited on. So if say you have a cousin or a friend that you can't get through, they don't believe it's scripted, I'll be glad to make a 10-20 minute video where we cover the California fires and 9/11, or a couple of the Super Bowls, whatever, Kobe, whatever. We make a video. Now you can take the link to that and show all your family and friends. You see what I mean? Now they'll come subscribe to Zach's channel. Now they'll come subscribe to my channel. They'll even subscribe to your channel. And now they're in the community talking with us. They're like, oh yeah, I shared that with my friend, and they blew their mind. If we have multiple people doing that all the time, I mean, this is the kind of stuff we should be doing, guys. So I might even leave it with that. Let me see if there's any comments. I've said all I could say, possibly. You know what I mean? Am I right or wrong? Let's see. We have bamboo. Yeah, I can't necessarily replicate what Zach does, but maybe I'm supposed to. Yeah, we aren't supposed to in his way. If I say something like Zach's being hard on Will, I'm not I'm not saying nothing bad about Zach. I'm not bashing him. I'm not mad at him. I'm just voicing my opinion about something that I feel is important, and I want Zach's looking at this side of the ketchup bottle. I just want to twirl it around and have him look at the back. The other side of things. Sometimes, and I think Will's a very important piece. I mean, Will's the definition of pounding pavement. Yeah, the subject matter might be different than what we're doing, right? But the subject matter is different, but Will is the definition of pounding pavement. Nobody in our community, well, Zach can because he pounds pavement, but 9.9 out of 10 people around here that watch Zach's videos can't judge Will because they're not even pounding pavement. He's out there every freaking day. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I don't like to on video, but I don't give a shit. I gotta quit soon anyway to get on a transplant list. So I smoke. I'm taking advantage now and quitting later. I'll smoke a cigarette and then get off here. I always have stuff to say, guys, and it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. Spelling games. Thank you. I understand. Yeah, we all need to tune out at times and go get some rest. You know what I'm saying? Um, cheers back to you. And if you want to email me, go ahead. Spelling games. You just said you emailed earlier, and I did not see one, but I look forward to one. Expose dumb cops. What's new? Zach's a leader. You got him in the USA. Easier for you guys to meet up. Yeah, RD definitely. If you're okay, I didn't realize that part. I'm sitting here just on this video. When you put it like that, you're right, buddy. You're in a different country, so you know what the good news is though? Okay, I can't just say my whole blueprint. It's in my head, right? I can't just like say I can make a video like this for an hour or two and like rant and tell people all the stuff that I wish my chat did. The people that are in my chat should know all this stuff and do it. Even do a half-assed job, you're doing a fantastic job. You know what I mean? And with you being out of the country, you're part of the blueprint. There's still things you can do. You can find a t-shirt place with a picture of this shirt, and instead of paying $90 in shipping and handling and buying one off me for 8 times the amount you're supposed to pay, you can get one in your country made for 10-20 bucks, whatever your currency is, just like this. And you can get business cards made as well. And what you can do is be in charge of, okay, so let's pretend you're in my chat and you're pounding pavement in your area. You're finding other people in Zach's community that are also not in my country. And you're help coordinating the people over there in England or wherever you are. I don't know what country you're from. YouTube doesn't give you that info. So you know what I mean. All you have to do is set up camp in your area. If I'm teaching someone in California how to pound pavement, right? I'm in Indiana. So I'm obviously not going to be pounding pavement with that person in California anytime soon. But I'm teaching them to find people in Zach's community that's around them. They're using my tools, the literature I typed out, these t-shirts, the business cards, all the other tactics you can sponge from me. And we collectively all communicate from different places. And we're still pounding pavement. We are pounding pavement together in that, when you put it like that, right? I hope that makes you understand it more. That even though yes, you're right, it's harder for you. You can't do the things we're doing, but really you can. If you're in England, we'll call you Gematria Effect News England. You know? I'm Gematria Effect News Indiana. You know? On and on and on. Where there's a will, there's a way, RD. I hope this comment that I made makes it to you, because I think you got off here when you said peace. So I hope you end up seeing this, because then you didn't get my true opinion on it. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to wind down myself. Hey, if I can shut this off in 20 seconds, we'll have an hour 18, and we talked about a lot about the California fires. So I got to definitely sign off before 10 seconds comes. We'll see y'all in the chat. RD, I'm glad you're still here. I'll get the 119. We got one more minute. We got within a minute. That way, everybody can say that that this video was, I'm a shill, because it's an hour 19 minutes. How many times in my chat do you think it'll be said? I'm gonna go twice. I think Zach's criticism is fair, but a little harsh. Yeah, that's where I'm at, and I think it is constructive criticism. But like fake Mike, I'll go longer. I don't care. Fake Mike. I don't even work tomorrow, so it doesn't matter. And I got 10 hours of dialysis ahead of me, so we're good. Either way. Fake Mike's already willing, before Zach even called him out on the videos. Fake Mike's already willing to get better. When I said, hey, man, I'm sorry, Zach's being a little harsh. I agree with some of the things he's saying, definitely. But I think he's being a little harsh about it. Mike was like, no, man, it's okay. We like it when people try to make us better. That's a very good response to have. And he was already willing to tell people city to city about 9/11 and Gematria Effect News. He was wearing the shirt. So, what more? So just let him learn the stuff and slowly evolve. He's been doing Zach's been doing what he's been doing for 9 years. Fake Mike's also been doing what he's been doing for years. So, to me, it's okay. Let him confront on the Constitution all he wants, and we're associating with him already. So just encourage him to incorporate let's sprinkle a little 9/11 in there, right? No one can out here that can in Zach's community can argue with that. Once he starts sprinkling 9/11, now you're showing people the actual truth of it. And people figure that out when you're in person and you tell them the real. On the internet, you get trolled. So people think, oh, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. But no, they're flat wrong. They're flat wrong. I don't get trolled in public. I have had a few people when I'm pounding pavement where we're cussing each other out because they start shit with me. I can't say that's not true. I made a joke on the street when we learned gematria auditing the news, right? But that's what I noticed right away. Really, a week after we went to Oklahoma and I met Fake Mike. At first, when I seen him, he was with us, but I didn't know I had just arrived. Okay, it's 8 in the morning, and this guy's got his little, his camera crew, and he's looking like he's got 100,000 followers. He looks like someone who has lots of views, and I don't know who this guy is. And he's there not with us, but he kind of was with us and all. So my point is, Fake Mike's spitting all of his stuff out there, right? And I'm 5 minutes into seeing him, ever. And I wasn't sure, I was like, I don't know, but no. Within that day, really, I was like, I like this guy. He's a stand-up person, and we need him on our team. And I was noticing he was already friends with, yeah, right, the Matrix and others. And so we were kind of, I think that group was supposed to meet. You got, yeah, right, the Matrix out in America. You got Will, and you got a couple of their buddies. But then you have Zach's Gematria community. I believe they were supposed to merge. That's my honest opinion. And we need each other. We were talking about censorship in this video. Well, there's plenty of it. It's like the mashed potatoes. There's plenty of mashed potatoes. There's always another scoop. There's plenty of propaganda, plenty of censorship. We need Auditing America, Gematria Effect News, and Fake Micro News, and yeah, right, the Matrix, all to be merging. And we're already meeting in places around the nation. We just need to keep doing what we're doing and build off that. And that's exactly what we need. Zach's always saying he's contacting big channels and they just ignore his work. They won't do a show with him. He's right about that. So, Fake Mike and Audit America are a big channel. We don't have to have nothing against them. You know what I mean? Like I said. So, we don't have to have nothing at all against them, especially when they're willing to plug us as well. And they got police, like Mike's made the joke or no, yeah, right, the Matrix said in his video one time, he said the cop was at home in his underwear and got called out. And he was at home in bed in his underwear watching Fake Micro News. And I bet the police, they do. You know what I mean? Because he's auditing the police, so they go home after their shift and watch, like, Fake Micro News. You know what I mean? I bet if Mike gets 20,000 views, there's a good chance that at least 5,000 to 8,000 of them are police watching it at home in their underwear. I just thought that part was funny. Shout out to, yeah, right, the Matrix. And by the way, if you listen to me, I'm sure all of you in here probably subscribe to him. I really think he's just a great, great person. I mean, he's He's always positive. Obviously, he he just seems like just a great person. And like, there might be a few things he says here and there that I might not agree with, but that goes with anybody. I might think different. But all in all, I agree with pretty much everything he says and stand behind his message. It's his message the most that he puts out. So I hope, yeah, right, the Matrix gets this, and just know that you're a great person, and I would have your back any day of the week. Any day of the week. I would fight right aside with you, brother. You have very good morals. You're very good to your kids. You eat exactly how you're supposed to eat, and you have knowledge of things other than gematria, and I just listen, and I don't listen to much more. People like always say I'm on Zach nuts. That's not even the case. They're morons. It's because they're not putting in work, and I am. I have to listen to all Zach's videos to be able to promote his work. That way, I mean, am I supposed to be a promoter of his work, but I didn't know that that happened in the Dodgers game, or was I supposed to not be aware? Of course, I have to always know what's going on. So I don't have time to like watch videos people send me, and I appreciate that you thought of me to send me said link that I don't know what even the link is, and I don't even know maybe who you are. So why would I just click on all these links all day and get hacked and shit? That's what people don't even understand. If I don't even know who you are and you're sending me the link and you're not even telling me what the link is, why am I going to click on that? But my point is, I promote his work so much, I don't have time to watch like anything else. So the people's videos I do watch every day, I think that speaks volumes, and I got great respect for them because I don't have time to do it. So let's see who's still here. Still 9 people here. That's awesome, man. Everybody knows I'm new to YouTube. I don't usually do this shit, man. I mean, if I'm out pounding pavement, yeah, of course it's a must. But even back then, I was using Facebook Live. So I just never. YouTube always seemed weird to me. Like, I don't know. I'm just not good at making videos. We'll put it that way. Unity is powerful. That's facts. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Knows what he's talking about, man. I really, I'd promote his videos just like Zach's, to be honest. It's deserving that people hear what he has to say sometimes. Truth Vibration podcast for working out. I don't know if I understand your comment, Rick. Totally. I'm gonna try to read it again. These comments keep disappearing. That doesn't help. Every 5 seconds they disappear. It's stupid. Unless I'm scrolling up and down. Truth Vibration podcast for working out. Um, if you're referring, I've started maybe making a video or two with him, but I just moved, so I didn't have internet, and it was real bad for the last week. But I'll find out if this was good. It seems like it was good, so um, yeah, I'll probably do a video a week or every maybe one every couple of weeks. I like the guy, and I have a lot to say, and he provides a platform for that. So, yep, it's a good idea. Yep, I'll probably be on there sometime this weekend. I'd say he wants Sunday, but I don't even know what the topic could be yet. See that like I don't go on a show if I don't have a topic. Like even if I have to pick a couple riddles, they don't talk about as much and promote them. I have to like I feel like I have to be showing new people that see the video what the fuck I'm doing. Otherwise, what's the point? So I'll have to come up with topics. Um, Sunday is the Sunday show, and as we're gearing up for 9/11, and I'm hosting it, if you look on the Facebook post, I'm a co-host of it. I feel like I probably need to be on the Sunday show if that's what he's gonna be talking about. I'm sure. So like, and plus I have poker on Sunday, so I don't. He wants Sunday, but I don't know if I told him I don't know I could do a 1 midnight or 1 in the morning show. I mean, but maybe that's. So we'll see. But I appreciate shout out to him for just offering us to do the videos and go on his podcast. I hope he builds his podcast up and does real well. But the thing is with making podcasts, I tried it once, and maybe I'm not as good as them, but you get censored. I was on Podbean and I was titling it "The Truth of 9/11," blah blah blah, right? I would notice I'd get two, maybe three listeners at a time, and that's it. And I'm in the app with all these other channels of their podcast, and it's just random Joes like me, or it appears to be, and then maybe they got 100,000, 2,000. Everybody seemed to, maybe even a few hundred. Like this channel here would have 300 people listening to what he's saying right now. How can I only get three? You see what I mean? So what's the point of me making a podcast if they're gonna notice my content? Now, if I was talking about like your favorite kind of birthday cake or something, you know what I mean? If I was talking about like cartoons, if I was talking about movies, sports, I'd have that 300 people in my podcast at once, right? But since I'm talking about the topics that I have to talk about, they're squash. I guarantee it. If they don't, it would be a miracle, and I'd be the first one to yeah, join me on the show. I'm in. You know what I mean? But I know the censorship will come, so maybe that's something we need to talk about and discuss, and maybe build the audience first before we talk about hardly anything. Maybe that's a good idea. Build a few hundred people that are listening to you, and then drop the A bomb. That's probably a pretty good idea to avoid censorship. Something I just thought of now. But yeah, guys, it's late as fuck, man. I'm gonna get something to drink and get some rest, and we'll see y'all in later streams. Keep up the good work and do more work if you're supposed to. I'm here 24 hours a day to contact. Bye bye.